Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 29th of June going through until Sunday the 5th of July 2020. Thanks for joining me. This week looks really amazing. I said last week was going to be a fabulous week, which it has been. I hope you've had a wonderful time. But if you had a problem last week in the sense of you broke something, or a relationship became more difficult, or it ended, or you lost your job, or one of your belongings was damaged, that wouldn't surprise me too much, because last week Venus was still retrograde, and what it was doing is it was pulling all the negative, toxic stuff out of your life before Venus goes direct to create space for positivity and love and a future you have control over and that you enjoy and desire. When Venus is in retrograde, you form relationships which are difficult and don't make sense and which don't serve you. So in the short term, last week may have felt uncomfortable at times, but in the long term, it's really a good week, because it's now pulled all of those final negative things out of your life, so that this week, starting with Monday the 29th of June, you can really move forward. The only thing that I want to warn you about is that Mercury is in retrograde until the 12th of July. So yes, Venus is direct and you can trust your feelings and love, and that's all wonderful. When it comes to communication though, be very careful about what people say and what they don't say, because a lot of people smile at you and have totally different agendas behind the scene, and you may fall for it and trust them, and then afterwards, if someone betrays you, we often kick ourselves and say, how could I be so stupid to trust that person, all of that, when trusting someone is an intimate act, and you should never blame yourself for that. If someone or something went awry last week, accept it as right, accept it as this is the way it's meant to be. Breathe in, exhale, and accept what is. And have faith that good things are coming in. Because Monday the 29th of June, we have the moon going into Scorpio at 10:49 in the evening. So it's in Libra for most of the day. So for most of the day, you're going to be interested in relationships. And then in the evening, you take a nosedive into the self, into your own feelings. The Scorpio moon then squares Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn is the head teacher. The Scorpio moon is I feel, I'm in touch with my genitals, I care about sex and rebirth and transformation and light and dark. It's really intense, okay? So that Scorpio moon is interested in all the kind of personal, intimate things of life. Saturn in Aquarius says, okay, what are you doing for other people? They don't really mesh very well, so there's a square between them, so they cause friction. And the Scorpio moon makes friends with Mars in Aries by forming a quincunx with it, and Mars is ambition in the sign of Aries, the sign it rules, so it's very comfortable that it can achieve anything it wants. So Monday, notice that the energy pulls you in the direction of the self very strongly. Anything that grates on you, or that doesn't work between you and other people, places and things, those kind of frictions would have come to a head last week, and today you have the opportunity to continue to let go of those things if they still bother you. Okay, so if you had a flat tire last week and you were late to an appointment and it's just really bothering you, you can't let it go, it's really important to let that go, not to regurgitate things that have already come and gone, and to look at positive things that you can bring into your life today. Because the more you let go of, the more space you have. So, what also happens with the moon in Scorpio is that it's unlikely that you're going to be interested in other people, and it's unlikely that you're going to conform to their needs. So let's say you want to go out, you want to go to the beach, but your friend says, no, you can't go to the beach. You have to help me pack apples today. We're in Somerset, apples, okay? You really want to go to the beach though. It's your one day a month that it's off, and you either go to the beach or you pack apples with your friend. It's really unlikely, I'm just warning you, that you're going to sacrifice yourself and pack apples. It's really likely that you go to the beach. Even if you are Mother Teresa, even if you are the most codependent person in the world, it's really likely that you decide for yourself and that you are in control of your feelings and the day and that you sit in your power. If you don't, you'll notice that you really resent that. You resent that other people are taking something from you. So make sure that you try and side with yourself. You know, if someone a friend asks you to pack apples and saying no, just the idea of saying no makes you feel terribly guilty. It's important to stand up for yourself, and if standing up for yourself makes you feel guilty, it's important to get comfortable with that energy and to become at ease with it, because you're not just someone else's person. You're your own person. You make the rules. You have your opinion. You create the world. And it's a really important day to claw that back. If you're terribly spread out and terribly thin everywhere, it's a day where you can pull things back. Also, you'll notice what your own expectations are. So, wow, I really have to help my friends all the time because I feel guilty if I just go to the beach today. Or I really just put myself last all the time. So it's a nice day to kind of check in with yourself and see how you actually treat yourself. On Tuesday the 30th, we have Jupiter in Capricorn, the lucky planet, Zeus in mythology, and that sits right on top of Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is death and rebirth. It's Hades in mythology. Zeus and Hades were brothers. And they're both retrograde, so they both appear to be going backwards. And this is amazing. Jupiter and Pluto only conjunct each other once every 13 years. Jupiter is infinite potential and growth and good luck. Pluto is death and rebirth. It's really getting to the most intimate parts of who you are. And this is the person I want to be. This is who I don't want to be anymore. These are the kind of relationships I want to have. But real excitement, like chills. Ooh. So it's a rare, once every 13-year occurrence. Because they're in retrograde, Jupiter is going to think of, what have you done in the past to grow and where's the best luck been? Pluto in Capricorn, it's how did you transform yourself through work? What was most successful? And then you combine those things, you look at how can I transform myself to create the most good fortune in my life, the most abundance, the best health ever. All of those areas, Capricorn and Jupiter, good luck and the earth, work, money, your body, belongings. Amazing. So the question on Tuesday, huge, and that's why on Monday you have to take your power back because you can't answer this question. On Tuesday, if you don't, how will you use your new energy to build a fabulous magical landscape in your new life? This energy is going to affect all of us, and it kind of expects us to take control of our life. That's the only thing you have to really do. Take control to use this. If you can't take control, don't beat yourself up. That's one thing to watch out for this week. Being kind to yourself. You know, the greater the opportunities are and the potential, the greater the potential for failure. If you do fail, which we all do, don't beat yourself up. Self-care, thank you for trying. At least you went for it. You'll fail this time, maybe you'll fail next time, but at least you know you can survive failure and you can move on to bigger and better things. At least you have practice. So it's a really positive kind of energy that encourages you to think for yourself and to not project into the future, but to manifest your future now, here in the now. And again, if you can't do any of those things, it's, I love you. I love you despite your limitations. I don't even, this isn't even ridiculous to me anymore. I do this. I love you, I love you, I love you. Wednesday the 1st of July, the new month, hooray. The moon goes into Sagittarius at 1:22 in the morning. The moon in Sagittarius now goes out of this inner, most intimate, personal area of your life, and it elevates into the higher consciousness in your Sagittarius. Half horse, half man, you're galloping off into the higher realms and you're discovering everything. You have a thirst for knowledge. Saturn moves into Capricorn, so the head teacher of the chart rules Capricorn. It couldn't be any happier in this sign, moving from Aquarius, an air sign it doesn't like, and Saturn going in Capricorn, the sign that it actually rules, so it couldn't be any more. I think, therefore I create. I think, therefore I build. I am, therefore I'm able to expand and take practical action. It's a fabulous start to July in the sense of I am who I am, and therefore I am entitled to take positive action in my life that's going to get me where I want to go. No sarcasm, no snideness, just genuine self-belief. I manifest, I am, therefore I can. Amazing. Saturn in Capricorn is so happy. And Saturn, it takes Saturn a long time to change signs. So it's not in Capricorn very often, and for Saturn to be in the sign that it rules, that's a generational thing that we're very lucky that we have Saturn in Capricorn. This gives us an opportunity to really build something solid that's going to be there for the foreseeable future. So today, if you're thinking of starting your own Tesla company or SpaceX like Elon Musk, today is the first day to do that. So on Wednesday, the shift from other people, their views, their opinions, and their influence on your life finally and completely becomes irrelevant to you. So the first 3 days of this week, you shift more and more away from other people and into the self and what I feel, what I want, my opinions, my views. If you have changes that you want to make in your life, whether it's in the area of work, the body, physical health, or travel, this Wednesday the 1st of July is the day to do it. Thursday the 2nd of July, the Sagittarius Moon, so Centaur running around, still very interested in information and exploring and doing things for yourself. That opposes Venus in Gemini, so the love planet in the sign of Gemini, which is a Roman numeral 2. It's like a doorway, it's an air sign, focused on information, communication, articulation. So the Sagittarius Moon is fun and it's outgoing. It's 180 degrees away from Venus in Gemini. So again, it's, do I love other people or do I love myself? The Sagittarius Moon trines Mars in Aries. I'm the man, I can. And Chiron in Aries, the wounded healer. So Thursday is a little bit different because you're still really, really focused on your journey, but you may have to take a break now because other people are likely to distract you. And even though you've become very, very self-sufficient over the first 3 days of the week, on Thursday, you realize that you're still on your own mission, but you also realize that you're not an island and that no man or woman is an island and that you need other people. You need other people in the sense of friendship, someone to talk to, being able to connect with someone and be intimate. You know, all of those wonderful positive things in life. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, but you can't just isolate yourself. So, if you are someone who struggles to be on their own and to do things on their own, first 3 days of the week are yours, okay? If you're someone who doesn't have time for other people at all, don't try and make buddy-buddy with people Monday to Wednesday. Go your own way. Thursday, you're going to start coming down a little bit and being reasonable and being connected and really considering other people as much as you do yourself. But yeah, if you want to make friends in relationship, Thursday onwards is great. But if you really want to make yourself independent, the first 3 days are it. So, if you need to do something outrageous that you know everyone's going to be against that, but you absolutely need to do it. Sometimes we need to do things like that. If it's something that your heart desires, but you know your parents are going to really dislike it, or you know you want to do something, but your children are going to be super embarrassed, you still have to do it anyway. Monday to Wednesday are your friends, okay? Thursday starts, you're going to start having doubts about things like that. It's like, oh, what are they going to think of me? I can't. I'm trying to stay in this community. If you think like that, you'll never get anything done, okay? Give yourself a break. Be free to do as you please. I like. Although, Mars in Aries and Chiron in Aries, Chiron, when you take action with Chiron, you can get hurt. So be careful. Also, being completely independent on Thursday, because getting help from other people is going to support you and it's going to be a positive influence. Yeah. Friday, the 3rd, we've got the moon in Sagittarius still. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're all Sagittarius moon days. The moon in Sagittarius means the most sensitive, intuitive part of who I am likes to gallop around and explore different places, different parts of the country, different cultures, different languages, different ways of connecting. Also the higher realms, thinking about consciousness, metaphysics, manifestation, meditation. All of that stuff is in the purview kind of thing of the Sagittarius centaur who gallops around. So travel, in a physical sense and in an intellectual sense, great. It squares Neptune and Pisces, the water planet of dreams, in the sign that it rules, again. So we've got two outer planets, Saturn and Neptune. Very, very happy to be in the signs they're in. Neptune is Poseidon, it's the god of the sea with his trident. He rules everything from the creative side of life to the intuition, to the veil, to other civilizations, to dreams and the unmanifest. And the Sagittarius moon gallops into that. Okay, it squares with Neptune, so they're at odds with each other, which means Friday is going to be super frustrating for you if you feel you're being held back, because your Sagittarius moon wants to really run around. There may also be possible fear-mongering going on in the world, either by other people in your life or the media, and that may slow things down, and it may prevent you from doing the things that you like. The good thing is on Thursday you realize that you need other people, and sometimes you have to give to get, so it's not going to be that bad if people interrupt you. If they completely put you off track, just take a breath and calm yourself. But if they interrupt you, as long as you can get back to doing what it is you want, that's really important. So make sure you have your own agenda and that you're free to do what you please. Remember to take care of yourself and to stay calm when things don't go your way. And what that reminded me of, what I put down here, is in the AA they say it's prayer and meditation, not booze and medication. Okay? So when things don't go your way, don't take a bunch of pills and swig them down with gin. Meditate, take a breath, realize that you are the owner of this body. You decide how your energy is going to be used. Are you going to get upset? Are you going to waste your energy on something like that? Or are you just going to say, thank you, I'm going to go gallop away again? What I'm feeling and sensing is that it's a week about you, and it's a week to avoid conflict when you can. If it's unnecessarily, particularly, and if you don't get anything out of it, you'll be able to see that anyway. Your own expectations, other people's expectations of you. It's like you take a step back from that and you can see it from an aerial view, and you're not as reactive, you're not as easily pulled in. Yeah, so if you are struggling, meditation, prayer, praying is talking to God, meditation is listening to God. Find a way, or exercise if that's what works for you, or yoga, something that calms you down in the moment. Maybe it's positive affirmations. Anything but knocking yourself out, booze, pills, whatever. Any mind-altering substance is not going to help you on Friday particularly, because the prayer meditation thing, you're going to get a message which will get you back on track. And that's why you're not allowed to check out in terms of your consciousness. On Saturday, the 4th of July, the moon goes into Capricorn at 4:49 in the morning. So the moon in Capricorn now is aligned with Saturn in Capricorn, and it's very much about what are the foundations of your life and how can you work to make those better. The Capricorn moon then opposes the sun in Cancer, so it's starting to be a full moon here. The sun in Cancer says take care of yourself, be loving, be kind, and the moon says I want to work, I really want to succeed. The moon also trines Uranus in Taurus, so I'm willing to create chaos. I need to shake things up here. And it opposes Mercury, which is in retrograde, remember, until the 12th of July. So there's friction between I want, I do, I create, versus weird info that I'm getting from other people that doesn't really make sense. So Saturday, again, the focus is on the self and what you can create rather than trying to decode what other people are telling you. You will want to work on Saturday, the 4th of July. You may misunderstand what other people are saying, or you may become distracted yourself, or you might find yourself in a situation where you become easily distracted, where, I don't know, people are making noise outside, or your camera breaks, or you do something silly that really slows you down. So really pay attention to the basic, simple things. Also, you may end up complicating a situation by trying to explain it to someone else and trying to simplify it. By trying to simplify something on Saturday, you're just going to make it even more difficult to comprehend. Mercury retrograde is going to make sure that at least one person is going to misunderstand you, okay? It's guaranteed. So don't take misunderstanding so seriously on Saturday. It's a good opportunity to practice standing in your own power, even when other people are telling lies about you, or they misunderstood you, or they don't approve. You say something and they completely misunderstand it and think you're some sort of a bigot, and all starts scheming against you, and you're standing there by yourself. You can see all the negativity and you're like, what's that about? Don't try and understand it, it'll suck your whole day. Instead, they're welcome to think whatever they want. I'm my own person. I really don't give two hoots about what they think of me, and I'm free. I'm free to have fun and to enjoy my day. Seriously, do that. Really enjoy yourself and make sure that other people know it's what other people think of you is not your business. And don't let people live rent-free in your head. So yes, it's a good opportunity to practice standing in your own power. But I mean, this isn't an easy thing, you know. If people don't approve, a lot of people find it a lot easier to perform well when there's support. When you're going up against, let's say you're going up on stage and people are like, oh, here we go, and they're already sitting there like that, what's going to happen now? That makes it much more difficult for you to be yourself. On Saturday, put yourself in a situation that is challenging like that, because you will be able to practice it and you won't be as sensitive to rejection. Oh, you didn't like my act? Don't care. That's real freedom. As long as someone else liked it and they still come to see you. Otherwise it's... You see, and that's where the problem comes in. Where do I adapt myself so that I am popular and I can make a living, versus how am I myself? And that's the question of this week, and you are given so much more power that you're actually able to see your potential and what you're able to do, that you can take pride in it. Then by Thursday, Friday, you see the positive effect other people have in your life and the negative effect, and you're able to balance that. Then on Saturday, you're able to take both worlds and say, whether you approve or you don't, I'm my own person, I'm doing my own thing. So Saturday is really the day to fly and to lift and to practice doing things regardless of what other people think. Completely. That's total freedom. Sunday, the 5th of July, we have the full moon in Capricorn, which is also an eclipse on the North Node, which takes place at 4:46 in the morning. And the effects of any eclipse last for 6 months. So this is a full moon in Capricorn, which is interrupted by the eclipse. And because it's interrupted, the full moon Capricorn energy is with you until the end of the year, which is really good news. I'll tell you in a moment. Now, it happens at 4:46 in the morning in the UK. Excuse me. Take the time difference into account. If you're on the east coast of the States, that's 5 hours. That's 11:46 a.m. at night on the 4th. If you're on the west coast, it's 8:46 p.m. Yeah, 11:46 p.m. on the east coast and 8:46 p.m. on the west coast. And obviously the eclipse happens on the 4th of July, which is significant because that's America's birthday. Happy 4th of July. The USA celebrates its birthday, and for an eclipse to occur on the birthday of the USA, when the USA has a major election this year in November, and the effects of this are until the end of the year, this isn't just a wonderful eclipse that empowers you to work and to realize your vision and your dream. This is also a wonderfully political eclipse, because it's going to have a positive influence on what happens. So what does happen? Okay, the Capricorn moon on this day, when it's a full moon eclipse, it sits next to Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn. Remember, those two conjunct each other for the first time in 13 years. So the Capricorn moon sits with those two big boys, good luck and transformation, the way I feel about work, yes. And it pulls energy in via the Gemini North Node. So I have all this energy, Gemini, Roman numeral 2, light at the end of the tunnel. What doorway am I walking towards? What's my new goal? So that's super empowering. And again, I'm getting chills. It's a really interesting week. It's a really life-changing week. For most of us, the eclipse on the 4th of July, 5th of July in the UK morning, we will question how we use our intellect to become educated and expert at something. Wow. So you realize now after the week that you're intelligent and that you've got skills, but you are still aware of what you're doing, and you're asking, are you actually educated and using your intellect, or are you expert in any field to use that intellect, or are you just waffling around? The next question, I mean, this is PhD stuff. The next question is, how do you transform your amazing ideas into practical applications? Hello, that is the info you need to become self-employed. The gift of the eclipse, but the 4th of July, 5th of July in particular, because that's when it happens, the gift is that if you align yourself with the current energy of change, which is saying, come on, special one, do something with your life. It's being presented to you free of charge. If you align yourself, you will get the answer to whatever question you have. I love Tamagotchis. It's my passion in life. I think about them every day. Okay, let's take a Tamagotchi design coding course. I will make my own Tamagotchis. A Tamagotchi, by the way, is something from the 90s. It's a virtual pet. If you like that, it can be anything. It can be clogs. It can be serenading lovers. It can be anything that you like. You will ask yourself during the eclipse, okay, I like this. Am I actually applying it? And am I qualified? Can I improve the way I apply it by qualifying? Can I improve the way I get my ideas across by practicing them? Practice makes perfect. When you ask yourself that, the eclipse gives you the answer saying, yes, you will make fake plants, learn how to make them, and go start your own business. It's a gift from the universe. And the reason I said it's an amazing political eclipse is because all of us looking at the Gemini doorway thinking, how can I do something that's more aligned with my life purpose? We're all going to be choosing the unity of our lives, and we're not focused on division, on other people, on gossip, on drama, on whatever. The new leader of America is also thinking like that. He or she is thinking, I want to make this amazing, whatever, this country, I want to make changes so that things get even better. How can I make those changes? I can make those changes by training as a politician, having experience as a politician, and running for president. So, not only are you going to get amazing ideas to really realize your hopes and dreams, I really think that because the eclipse happens on this day, I don't think there are coincidences. I don't think we detoxed all the negative, toxic things in the past just to keep things politically as they are now. And I really think that not only are we going to transform ourselves and heighten our ideas and become more skilled and practical at applying them, I think one of those people who's influenced by that energy is the new leader of the USA. Because the new leader is going to be looking at how can I bring people together, how can I use my skills to act and to have a positive impact on as many people as possible. And that's unity, that's thinking of the people in that country as one people. We're all in this together, how can we make life better for everyone? And that's not the current leader. So with that thinking lasting for 6 months, we know the current leader isn't going to get back in because he doesn't think that way. He thinks, let's divide. So division so I can control. And that's what a lot of people who manipulate do. A lot of unhappy people do that because it distracts the attention from them. And a lot of insecure people do that because they feel that, wow, if you see me for the real me, and you're not arguing amongst themselves, then you'll see how, excuse me, then you'll see how less than Super Mario I am, and I don't want you to see that. I'm embarrassed. So I'm going to just sow division. Yeah, I've realized I'm talking about the president and my Super Mario alarm goes off. Yes, I know that makes me seem very serious and like a political analyst, but the same way this energy is going to affect you, I realize that not everyone's going to like what I do. That's fine. It's actually really liberating. So think about what happened last week, what left your life, which you didn't want to leave. But remember, we don't always know what's good and bad. So what felt uncomfortable? What have you lost? Is it toxic or not? The likelihood is that it's really toxic. What are you coming into at the beginning of this week? how do you blossom by Wednesday, Thursday, and then how do you really slam into your power over the weekend and really take the boat to your new destination? Because up until Friday, you're walking around the dock, learning and being you, and then on Saturday, Sunday, you take the boat and you jet off to your amazing, enlightened new destination. So the whole week is about building consistently to transform the self into a more balanced entity which is successful, happy, and has a positive future ahead of it. Amazing. That is amazing. The universe doesn't always give us these amazing opportunities to just become super beings. You already are a super being in spiritual truth. But all the human beings around you will say things like, you can't do that, who do you think you are? And that's why you need this overwhelming spiritual energy to blast all that negativity away and to liberate yourself and say, I am me, therefore I can. Have an amazing week. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. In my personal readings, I use astrology, tarot, numerology, and my intuition. They're all just divination systems, and the intuition is part of it. So it's all really the same. Like numerology, numbers 3, 6, 9, like Nikola Tesla. The vibration of the universe. Those numbers will show up in the tarot. The 9th card of the tarot is the Hermit. You'll have 9 degrees in astrology. We've got the Sabian Oracle, which talks about every one of the 365 degrees. And the numerology, so if your Leo rising is at 9 degrees, I will take that 9 into account. So the Hermit Leo, the Leo that thinks for itself. You see, it qualifies everything. I put those things together and it allows me to get a really clear overview of who you are on a soul level and on a human level. I draw up your chart by taking the place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a chart rectification with me. That's available on the website. All you'll have to do is send me 10 life events and I work out your actual time of birth. It makes the chart much more accurate. Once I've got it in front of me, I can see your life purpose, your vocational talents, romance, living situation, when is best to move, finance, health, health transits, what's coming up in future, any question you have, children, money, anything at all. I can look at that by using those divination systems and my intuition. I'll give you an answer to your question. Yeah. So if you have anything that you're wondering about or you want to understand who you are, it's really clear in the astrology chart. So if you're interested in any of that, then please do get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, then please hit subscribe and share the video online. I hope you have a glorious, wonderful month. No, not month, week. And I will speak to you soon.